welcome to another video brought to you by allfreejewelrymaking.com and keepsakecrafts.net. Today we'll be making this great sea glass bracelet. It's done with elastic cording, so you don't have to worry about any kind of clasps or crimps or anything like that. It's very easy to make, easy and fun to wear. So I just came back from a bead show where I picked up this string of sea glass beads. And my first inclination when I looked at them was to do something beachy, because they certainly have that sort of color. But it's October right now, so pairing them with white or sea charms, I just didn't know if I'd be wearing it anytime soon. So I started looking to see what else there was in my stash, and I came across these great beads. They kind of look like lava. And I thought that was a cool and different combination. So I'm going to be stringing these glass beads onto elastic cord with these lava beads and some bead caps. And here's a tip for you. I have 6 beads here in this strand, and I only had 5 pairs of this particular bead cap. So I pulled out a different bead cap as well, and so I'm using 3 pairs of each of 2 different kinds, and it will look fine. They're both silver, so that's something to do, you know, to kind of make your stash work. So the first thing that you have to keep in mind when you use jewelry elastic is you need to pre-stretch it. So when you pull it off the roll, just give it a good stretch, because if you don't do this, when you go to wear your bracelet, it's going to stretch out right away and then be way too big and floppy. So something, don't pull on it so hard that you break it. Although you have to pull pretty hard. This stuff is tough. The next thing to keep in mind is don't cut off a piece. Leave it on the spool. That way, as you string your beads, you won't be losing them, because the spool will catch them. So for this project, you'll need 4 to 4.5 inches of your larger beads. It's a little tricky to say exactly the size because sea glass, you can see just in the strand, there's different sizes. So probably 5 or 6 of beads that are your main ones. Then the same number of beads for accents, and then a pair of bead caps for every one of your main beads. And then it's simply a matter of stringing on your bead caps. String one cup side in, put on one of your main beads, put one cup side in towards the bead. Now, not all beads are going to have a hole large enough for elastic. You'll need to check it. And also, if you're using glass beads, especially like lampwork beads or ceramic beads, you want to be sure that you file down the edges and make them nice and smooth, because they can cut this cord, and it's a really sad sound, crash, rattle, rattle, to hear your bracelet breaking because the bead cut through the elastic. So you can see this is just a very simple pattern. A bead cap on either side of a main bead and then an accent, and I'm alternating the style of bead cap, and I think somebody'd have to look pretty close and be very observant to even notice. It doesn't really matter. So you just go ahead and continue this pattern, and it's not a bad idea to have a ruler in front of you if you know what size bracelet you want to make. Of course, you have some leeway because we're dealing with elastic. But keep stringing on this pattern until you have the length that you need. So I'll be back when I have that all done. So here we are. I've finished stringing, and you can just grab the 2 ends right near the last beads, stretch it out a little, and then pinch it and hold it together to check the fit. So that's just about right, maybe a little loose, so I'll make sure to pull it a little snug when I tie the knot, which I'm going to do right now. You still don't have to cut it off the spool. And you just go ahead and do a surgeon square knot. And that just means you're going to do your wraps twice. So we've got right over left once, twice. And now you can give this a good tug. And that actually, the double wrap holds it for you. Then you go left over right once, twice. Give it a little extra pull. And that's about it. The last step is to take some kind of cyanocrylate glue, also known as super glue or crazy glue. Can I pop that through the... I'd like to have it, there we go. I'd like to have these in the glass bead. What I'm going to do is actually bury the knot. Just put a drop of glue in there, and then go ahead and tug the knot into the bead. So it's in there, and then it's best to just let it dry for a while. Let it dry, and then when it's dry you can trim the ends of your elastic, and you have a very classy, fun, and quick bracelet. These would be great to make for gifts. Great for a last-minute little something. So here's another look at the bracelet we made today. I hope you've enjoyed this project and that you'll give it a try. Please be sure to check out keepsakecrafts.net for more crafting and jewelry making ideas and inspiration. Thanks for watching.